What is up, my crypto legends? What is going on? Bitcoin absolutely exploding above a major resistance zone that we were talking about here on the channel. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing fantastic today, guys. Let's analyze the situation for Bitcoin. I'm going to explain where we at right now and what could potentially happen. Okay, we are hitting a big resistance zone and we are getting a reaction from this zone, guys, and this is what we want to see. All right, make sure to destroy the like button on your way in, guys. Thank you very much. 46 likes already. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. Destroy the like button for this pure technical analysis. Sorry I'm late, guys, today. I've had some meetings, I've had all sorts to do. Very sorry, but I'm here right now. We're going to focus on Bitcoin straight away. One of my most important resistance levels that I was watching here the last few days was this $22,400, $22,500 range. What has happened here is we have blasted through this major level, guys. As you can see, we've had a massive break through it. Absolutely insane. It's just gone, it sliced through this level. And this was today, just a few hours ago. No reaction whatsoever. We just kept pumping and pumping and pumping. This is what I like, guys. You know the deal. We are getting a reaction from this range. Here is where we could have good risk management and look for a potential correction. Now, we're going to go through right away the comment section now in just a couple of minutes. But as you can see, if we go to the lower time frames, guys, we did have no kind of reaction from this 22,400, 22,500. There was a tiny little stop here. This is not enough, guys. This is still very much bullish. No consolidation. It's just blasted through here, as you can see. And right now, we are having a kind of a reaction. We've had a move up. We've had a failed move up right over here. As you can see, swing failure. We are hitting a huge resistance zone. I really like this kind of price action. Now, this is the moment we could have good risk management and look for that possibility of a correction from this zone. We have time. We can think about it, where we could have a good entry, where we could have a good stop loss. And this is what I'm doing right now from this range, of course. When we talked about this major resistance zone, and we also talked about the possibility of a double bottom, guys, just a couple of days ago from that live stream, right? There was a live stream where we were talking about, hey, you know, if we do kind of go sideways here, create choppy action and have a recovery here, it is likely that we are creating a double bottom and we could break out from this neckline. This was on the CPI data yesterday. And what we did have was this resistance neckline turning into support, finally getting that leg up, guys. Now the projected move of this is getting the width of this double bottom, right? Just something that we want to talk about. We talk about resistance zones. You know, the target range is more than hit, as you can see here from this double bottom scenario, right? More of an Adam and Eve, more of an even and Adam, right? Because this one finally was even rounder than this one. This one was more of a spike right over here. Very much mentioned, you know, that possibility if we were going to recover from these low levels, right? Soon you started recovering, you know, that possibility of that double bottom, all right? Something, you know, that was a possible reaction that could happen here at this $21,500 range, bottoming out to have that recovery here to test the neckline and potentially even break it. Now, yesterday I did that live stream with Natalie. We were talking about, you know, I was talking about resistance zones, how I would approach the market here to take any kind of trades. No trades taken at this level, guys. And one of the main reasons why is because we had massive pumpy action. You know, this price action to the upside was just in a matter of a couple of hours, and we did not see any type of reaction. It just flew. We're basically slightly above it. What is the crime zone? Basically, where the crime zone is when you break a major support level, okay, in this case from this ascending broadening wedge, you break it out and you come up and test it, okay? You usually come back up and test that zone. Let me just quickly check if it's all good here in the comment section. Guys, am I still live? Let me know in the comment section right away. Let me know, guys. I'm just going to go quickly through the comment section. 47 likes. Internet needs more quarters. Pumping, loss, flu, lag, flu. Let me know, guys. Am I live? Let me know in the comment section. I think the connection here is still good. I could see connection is good here still, guys. Let me know right away in the comment section. I think I'm live. I'm still live. You're back now. Okay. You're on. Okay. Sorry, guys. You good? All good? All right. It was just lagging a little bit. Okay. I just entered the short at 22.9. Hey, this level, guys, remember to have insanely good risk management. Okay. Now, of course, we are getting a reaction. You know, I would accept a stop loss here if I enter at 22.9 at just above the wick at 23K. The reason why, and I'm going to give some brief explanations here on how this could be a good risk to reward trade scenario. Like I said, we are basically at this level. This level was very much mentioned yesterday and the last couple of days on the possibility that this was an ABC kind of correction right over here. And we are testing the first wave, right? The fourth wave on an on a Elliott wave theory, right? To the upside so you can understand it. The fourth wave can never go below the peak of the first wave, right? So it can actually hit the level. It can go slightly at that range, but never go below to test the second wave, right? So it can never go to this level. Now, of course, there is the possibility, you know, that we could hit that range. And that means, you know, obviously, if we do hit this this lower high, then this is absolutely invalidated. And we'll be testing here the 24.2K range, which I think is unlikely, right? We only just kind of getting above the level here of support from this ascending broadening wedge. So I'm just going to explain here how there are so many things here on the chart indicating that this is a possible range for a big correction. And yeah, this is why I'm basically, you know, looking for in a short at this range, and, you know, planning to add to my position if I do not get stopped out once we do have a clear reaction here and movement down. I'm going to explain that strategy in just 1 second, and of course show you the risk to reward, right? After getting this reaction, the risk to reward here can be huge. And I will explain that in just 1 second. So far we can see support level from this ascending broadening wedge, the possibility, you know, the breakdown of this structure, and testing here the range. We're getting a reaction exactly at the point of control. A big volume level, guys. Big volume level, as you can see on the chart. From this high to the low, we are currently just slightly above the 50% Fibonacci. 50% Fib is at 22,800 range, as you can see right over here on the chart. So we are just about at that level now, getting a reaction. It's important to note, right? So if we go to the lower time frames, what has happened here is we had a correction. We got a small little reaction. Right now is the moment where we've had a failed breakout. As you can see here, looking at the 15-minute, you can go to the 1 hourly time frame if you wish. Now is the moment you can see that reaction, that exhaustion. So just here, live, just for this right now. This daily level, this support that we did have the last few weeks, guys, bang, no reaction whatsoever. We just flew through this level, guys. So I know a lot of people that, you know, potentially maybe wanted to jump into a short at this level. You know, this is extremely risky, right? You do not want to get into a short here while the price is pumping, guys. While the price is absolutely dumping, you don't want to get into a long. While the price is pumping aggressively, you don't want to get into a short. When you see proper reactions, okay, at big proven resistance levels, and at a level where the bulls need to fight to prove that this ascending broadening wedge support level, the bears need to prove that this level is going to get rejected. And, that is the most likely scenario after a huge, massive pump like this to this resistance zone. Just wanted to point out that there, guys. Finally, the double bottom did happen. We talked about this on the live stream the last few days, because a lot of people, I know a lot of people must have catched this long position from this level, because we were talking about swing failure, right? But the swing failure, we had one and then we had another one, so you could potentially would have got stopped out there. And on the stream, as always, saying, if we do have sideways action and a slight recovery, more sideways and a slight recovery, then, this could turn into a double bottom scenario. I mean, this was a live stream from 2 days ago, not, just talking about this basically the entire live stream, right? This is, we were getting the pattern out, talking about the possibility of that scenario, showing that Adam and Eve, possibility here from this range. Of course, talking about the 22,400 as well, but most importantly, waiting for that potential reaction at this range. This did not happen. Blast through. This is a very interesting zone, guys. Here's where we can have very good risk management. Now, if this were to be a corrective wave to the first wave right there, guys, we can clearly see it. We're just at that level at this moment. The possibility here in getting a corrective move to test these lows in the next coming days. It would be approximately about a week or even two if we do take a look at this is the 1 hourly time frame. I mean, you can see that the gains here could be absolutely huge. Obviously, I would be playing defensive trading. And the way I would be playing defensive trading here is I would be protecting position, if I were to enter a short here at this zone, at this high over here, at this daily 22,300, 22,400 range is a take profit zone and a protect position basically from your stop loss. But overall, the risk to reward here and that high probability for that correction right now. And we have possibly had 5 waves here to the upside. I'll just go through that right now because there's a lot of information here that I want to talk about. But, I mean, this is a corrective level, guys, especially when we're having this kind of reaction. When you get into these kind of trade scenarios, we are looking at something like this, guys. Enter at highest possible level. A lot of the times what I like to do here is risk, 0.5% on my capital or maybe 1%. If we do go slightly higher and get a small reaction at the 618, I'll go through that right now. I just want to let you know that I am in the short position on Bybit at this level. So in a slight loss, stop loss above the wick. Would reconsider to enter into a short right over here if we do get another move up and an acceptance below the wick. I just want to explain how you can get stopped out here 1, 2, even 3 times, and you can get, a good risk to reward. So basically, this is what we're looking at here, right? Have a tightish invalidation point, and risk to reward here. I am looking at least to the 22,400, okay, to test this high, and even the 22k level. You might ask yourself why. Why at least those levels? I'm looking for lower. I'm looking for a possibility even to claim this low. Of course, this would turn it into a swing trade. This is going to be a trade that might be open for over a week potentially. So this is what we're going to talk about. If I do get stopped out at the highs, guys, we need to talk about this. Okay, it's not all winning trades. If I were to get stopped out, you can see the distance here, right? You can see the distance. Relatively small compared to that potential large correction that could happen in the next coming days. crucial resistance zone. We want to take a look at the DXY as well. We can take a look at S&P 500. DXY is moving up. You might think to yourself, hey, what's going on? DXY pumping, Bitcoin pumping. Yeah, I mean, this is not an immediate reaction, okay? We're not seeing an immediate correlation, guys. But I can tell you already that the DXY is likely to continue pumping here for the rest of the week and, by even next week. We are getting above a major resistance zone that we have been talking about here. A lot of people were mentioning, the possibility of a double top here. We did also talk about it. I was leaning more on the side of this is a kind of a bear flag, descending channel that's going to break up. So far it is breaking up. So right now you're probably a little bit confused, right? Hey, shouldn't Bitcoin be dropping while the DXY is pumping? And like I explain a lot of the times, it doesn't have an immediate correlation. This could pump with Bitcoin pumping, and this is exactly what is happening right now. Of course, if we do see that DXY getting a little bit of more momentum, and I do think DXY is coming all the way up to the 107.5 level in the next coming weeks. Once we do get momentum here on the DXY, this is, that is the moment where Bitcoin will get exhausted and come into that high correction. So, yeah, guys, not much I can add here. So, overall plan for me is looking for this. Like I said, I have stop losses. I have stop losses, invalidation points if I am wrong, okay? For the moment, we have that swing failed breakout hitting this huge resistance point of control right at this moment, hitting the first wave over here, right? This is the third wave because it's larger than the first one. A, B, C movement up here, very aggressive. We are getting the reaction right now at this moment, guys. The possibility here in creating a bull flag and doing this, breaking above this high, I can already tell you that the probabilities are quite low. There are more probabilities in this consolidating at this $23,000 range, right, slightly below, and finally getting that corrective move. The probabilities in the market doing this at least to 22k, in my personal opinion. All right, we do have a lot of support right there. As we can see, it was resistance support, the $22,000 range. This daily level, we can get it out of the way. There's not much to add on there. We've sliced through that level and we haven't got much volume looking at the volume profile. But so you can understand here, we look at the market with probabilities, and I want to risk some of my capital with good risk management. That is all. And if I do see this by reading the chart, we are hitting, a crime zone where it has been the support level of higher lows of this ascending broadening wedge. Not only that, we're hitting the point of control from this level, the highest volume node from January and February. This is a big level. So what we're waiting for here is a reaction. We are getting the reaction. The reaction is happening right now. And because a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of people that just go. It's very important, guys. The risk management. We say this on the channel consistently, every single time. I do not get wrecked. I do not burn accounts. I used to a lot before. Yes, a few years ago, I used to burn accounts and get wrecked, guys. It does not happen to me anymore. Why? Because I play responsible trading. How do you play responsible trading? By having very good risk management and accepting small losses, because I know those losses will come back if I do play good trading. Simple as. People get greedy. People have problems emotionally. So this is something, this is not a game for everyone, okay, guys? Because it is a game, right? It is a game. It is not a game for everyone because people do lose a lot of money. And I do get messages on Telegram group and I do not want to share them. I get people getting absolutely wrecked, saying, help me. And I'm saying, look, I give you the educational content. I explain to you how this is the kind of trade scenarios that we want to take a look at. These are the kind of movements. These are the kind of levels. Proven resistance levels, proven support levels. Have good stop losses. This price action in the next coming hours or by tomorrow, if it does decide, guys, to do something like this and goes to 23,500, you know what will happen? I will get stopped out and I will analyze the market and look at the possible scenarios that could happen if we start breaking some resistance zones, knowing that there is a high probability that obviously this high will be hit if we start breaking this zone, and there will be other trading scenarios here to take advantage if we do break this major big zone, okay, of 23.3, 23.4, this high over here. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to, this is very, very important, very, very important, because I do get messages, guys, every single time. Not everybody makes it, even though they do have a lot of education. Not everybody makes it, and I cannot stress enough how we want to wait for reactions. We want to have good risk management, because the messages goes on and on the Telegram group, and I really try and help people. But at the end of the day, you do what the hell you want, right? And it's just, it is what it is. But it's good to learn the hard way as well, guys. I learned the hard way. I did burn a couple of accounts. I did lose. I did get wrecked many times. And it's just learning the hard way is also good. Mark Dutch, Racing Pixel, Joseph, guys, thank you very much for joining the live stream. Sorry, guys, about that chat that I've been having right now. Hopefully, it's just a nice, educational go through risk management, guys, because it's super, super important. I can share with you, and I do not want to do it. Several messages that I've been getting the last few weeks of people getting absolutely burnt. It's just the natural way, guys. Hopefully, I will help a lot of the people in the community with the course that is launching, and also the private community, guys. There is a little teaser here that I want to show you that will be mentioned on tomorrow's live, after tomorrow, but we're getting the launch, guys, of the course in 20 hours, okay? This is launching. It's the tools basically that is mentioned on live stream, but it's basically going through the actual tools, risk management. It is coming out, guys, finally. The community, Legends community, is not coming out just yet. We are launching the course first. I want, if anybody's interested in the course, I want them to go thoroughly through the course. And then we're launching very soon the private community, okay? And that is what a lot of people is waiting for, of course. A lot of people are not just waiting for the course. A lot of people are waiting for the course, but a lot of people are waiting for the private community. We decided with the team that the course needs to be launched first and then the private community, guys. So I'm excited because I'm more excited for the private community. I know a lot of people need to go through the course, the videos, learn the tools, how to use them properly, risk management. And but the private community is something that is going to make me a better trader, because I'll be much more active. Guys, I like to take a look at the charts a couple of hours. If I find an opportunity, I'll get in, I'll get out. But having a community and leading the way and being more active is just going to make me get into more trades as well, basically doing more analysis with you guys. So very excited, very exciting times, guys. Yes, smash up the like button. Can't wait for the course, says Eric Wilson. Hey, absolutely phenomenal. Well done, man. This will be awesome. Yeah, guys. Yay, go Andy, finally. Yes, it's there, guys. I cannot share the links. I cannot I will not share the links, but basically it is there, guys. This is the actual website. This will be mentioned, of course, on Twitter, on YouTube. Course will be launched, But more excitingly, after the course is launched, I would say in between 1 and 2 weeks, guys. I don't want to give any dates for the private community. I know people have been waiting a lot. You know, I've been talking about it a lot. It's finally happening. It's finally happening. All right. So the community, the private community, is what is going to absolutely impulse you as a better trader. Of course, the course will do it as well. But a lot of people, and this course, guys, it's straight through. It's simple. It's easy to understand. Of course, you know, I will be answering a lot of questions, of course, because I will be active for the people that purchase the course. But what is going to be better is the private community, guys. This is what is going to be the absolutely cherry on top, okay, for the people to impulse their trading skills. And I'm excited. So yes, this wasn't expected. I lost about $200. Lesson learned, I guess, says Asiya. Yes, I want to know where you entered and why, basically. You know, I was very much waiting for this level to have a reaction. Of course, you know, I didn't even have time to wait for the price to get a reaction. It was just breaking through, and I'm thinking, okay, goodbye level. Then, you know, I'll be looking at another scenario. On yesterday's live stream with Natalie, I mean, we did talk about the scenario of this level here, this neckline getting a bounce. We did, you know, this was news event. Okay, we had a little bit of volatility. But then finally the price action stabilized above this range, and it got support from this double bottom. Yeah, this was mentioned on the live stream yesterday with Natalie. Okay, we talked about the scenario of a double bottom right there. But on the live stream, we talked about, hey, breaking above this level and coming down and getting a bounce from $22,000 range is highly probable. So it happened. We got the bounce, and yeah, we're at this zone. This is an interest zone, guys, for me. Let's take a look at some different. Andy, please take a look at Ethereum. Nomad, absolutely. Ethereum is at a very similar stage right now. We talked about this on Ethereum, where we basically, it looked like we broke out successfully from this zone. But it wasn't much of a successful breakout, right? We were choppy action right there, choppy action right over here. You know, wasn't too convinced of breaking out here from the last higher low, right? Last higher low, last higher high. All of this breakout beneath this level is not a breakout of structure, basically. We broke out from the trend line, which is good enough. We are coming right now. We are testing that zone, guys. We are testing the support range into resistance. Price is getting a reaction. If we do close today above this level, it's good. It's not going to be looking bad for more price action to the upside. We are basically just testing it right now, getting a massive wick to the upside. So yeah, I want to take a look at yeah, the same thing, guys. We are hitting the point of control from the volume traded in January and February. It's a critical zone. Not gonna lie. Let's take a look at fib level. We just hit the 50% to the exact dollar from the pivot high to the pivot low. We are getting a reaction. Yeah, so corrective move is very likely. You know, as soon as we do get some corrective momentum here, potentially in the next coming hours and days, you know, between today and tomorrow, I would play very defensive trading, right? We do not want to be in a profitable trade that turns into a losing trade. Never. Right? So as soon as you are in you know, in some pretty decent profits, you want to protect position. Very important, guys, to protect capital. I mean, I've got people in the comment section, you know, just lost $200 here from this movement up. 23,200 could be nice for a good reaction. Aditya is an absolute machine. Aditya here has been following me very much on YouTube here and has learnt a ton. He has learnt huge. Basically, Andy, I got stopped out once at break even. Phenomenal. You did not lose any capital. Enter short at 22,884 after swing failure. So, there you have it. Stopped out at break even once and then got into another short position. Being a sniper trader, getting at the best levels possible, what is going to happen basically is, like I explained before, this is very likely at some point, having good risk management, guys, going to do something like this, right? Even though if it's this small movement of $400, $500, you have your stop loss $100 away, right? If the price moves $400 down and your stop loss is $100 up, you can see it right over here, right? What I'm trying to explain. You can get stopped out twice if you want. You can get stopped out 2 times if you get a good entry out of consolidation range. And this is the whole point, guys. When the price is pumping, I know a lot of people get emotional and want to short resistance levels, but remember, resistance levels are there to get broken as well, and support levels are there to be broken. If you do not get a reaction trying to catch those trades, you need to be an absolute sniper and have very good risk management on lower time frames if you wish to enter a pump on a short or a drop, okay, for a long. But yeah, like I said, there will be a moment, just imagine you get stopped out, bang, you create another swing failure. You have another entry, you get stopped out again, bang, you consolidate, you get acceptance back down. So you've lost 2 trades right there of this amount, right? Then this happens, you basically losing these 2 trades of amount, and you're basically finally entering again and gaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times your stop loss. I mean, the theory is simple, but I know a lot of people just cannot do it, guys. A lot of people can just not do it, have a cold mind. If I show you the amount of messages that I get on Telegram of people getting wrecked it's scary, guys. Take this game as serious, and you're not going to make. There's very rarely these people that make thousands and thousands of percent gains out of hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? All depends on how much capital you have and how much you're willing to risk. Right, Andy, please take a look at Tomo. Mark Dutch, thank you very much for the insane support, my man. Father Time, how are you doing? Discord link in the description. That's where the magic will happen. Join now, says Father Time. Absolutely. Lost $100 the other night to charity, she said. Okay. Some comments here I cannot read. Racing Pixel. Let's take a look at Tomo Chain. Let's take a look at Tomo. Why not? Tomo Chain. This one. Ooh. Got a bit of spiky volatility here. Right, what can we talk about this one? First of all, when I'm taking a look at the price action from 2020 till today, it got a beautiful rejection from the point of control. Basically, we're counting here this price action. It is getting resistance. I'll tell you what, once Tomo Chain does manage to get above the 50 cent level successfully, the bottom will likely be in. The bottom will likely be in for Tomo Chain here if we do successfully break above 50 cents. if that is ever going to happen in the next coming weeks, keeping it simple. One of the main reasons why you'll be getting above the massive accumulation zone here from 2019, 2020, which the massive volume point of control, you'll be breaking the structure the last lower high, which is this one right over here, which is slightly beneath 50 cents. And it is game on. It will be game on likely. You could correct heavily here for several months after the breakout, but it will indicate that you're likely not going to hit the bottom again, as you will be breaking the long-term downtrend structure and you're ready to have that shift. So that's looking at the macro here on Tomo chain. And we can zoom in here on the lower time frames and just check out what is happening. Overall, at a really nice resistance right there, swing failure from this high, as you can see. Just about. Let's find out here the structure and what's going on. A beautiful bounce that we're getting here the last couple of days at this level. Big resistance zone. It's kind of a double bottom as well. Adam and Eve. I mean, this is a beautiful Adam and Eve. This is the kind of Adam and Eve that I like. Massive movement down here. Bang, bang. You can see right there. Clear neckline at 34 cents. Round formation. Bang. Blast off to the races. So, projected target move right there was hit on this with this wick, but obviously went higher. Now, we've tested that level. Massive corrective move here the last few days from the 8th. Now, let's talk about, what could potentially happen here on the lower time frame. Broken structure totally, of course. Broken the uptrend structure very, very clearly. We already got one. I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal. The last higher low, right? We got high, high, high. Last higher low is this one right there. As you do form, the last higher high right there. You got the next higher high. So the last higher low is this one, technically, right there. This is the level where you get that rejection, right? Pretty nicely. Breaking the structure. Double bottom here, same thing. But this is not having a great successful breakout. This one is not successfully breaking out here from the neckline. If we zoom in on Tomo chain right there. I would wait on this one. If you're looking to trade this, I would wait for it. What would I wait for this for a potential trade? I'm just gonna wait and see if this can be traded. How do you risk manage it? Said ZZ Kids TV. It's simple, but people do not understand it. Let me just quickly go here through, and I just want to go through Tomo chain, guys, because in 1 second, and what would be the trade scenario that I would be waiting for. You basically got an even Adam here, right? Instead of an Adam and Eve. Round formation, good spike right there. This is not a successful breakout just yet. If this were to break out solidly here in the next coming hours, days, I think this is probably not possible, as I am looking for a large correction here on Bitcoin at this resistance zone. I think that, it's a big zone of resistance, like mentioned at the beginning of the live stream. No matter how bullish an altcoin does look, if Bitcoin's coming down, you are likely to see that altcoin not succeeding, right? Even though if it looks bullish. If Tomo chain does break this resistance successfully with a nice candlestick like this, you are very likely going to get a bounce from the support level at least once to test the highs and even go higher, right? You're looking for that potential projected move after this massive drop. So you could say, hey, Bitcoin's double bottom and has had massive momentum to the upside. Doesn't that mean altcoins are lagging behind and going to rally behind Bitcoin? You know, obviously there is a high chance of that happening. How could I take advantage of this potential scenario? Having a successful breakout here from this neckline, guys. Once you break out here and you come down and test support range, that is the level where you're likely going to get a bounce from, and at least test the highs and even go to the projected move target. This is what basically happened to Bitcoin, right? If we do zoom out here, we had that double bottom scenario right there. We broke out. I mean, this was the news event. Of course, you get a bit of volatility. You don't have the technicals respecting very much here. As you can see, if we go to the 1 hourly, technicals weren't very, very clearly respected. You got massive pump, massive dump, you know, and then finally you get the price action stabilizing right there on Bitcoin. So you can see that neckline here from that double bottom holding very nicely as support right there, finally getting the pump. So what you want to see is that clear breakout momentum to the upside from a neckline, right? You're having the same scenario right over here. So if you do get that clear breakout, bang, I would just wait patiently. If it does come down to this range, you have a high probability bounce scenario to claim the highs and even go to the projected high level. You know, that would be a trade of 42, from 38 cents all the way up to 42 cents. You know, that's a 10% move. Yeah. Tomo chain can be traded on Bybit, if I'm not mistaken. Bybit is the number one for me. You got the US dollar tether perpetual here on Bybit for Tomo chain. Guys, remember that you down below, it's in the pinned comment, that you do get $30,000 worth of bonus depending on what you deposit at the rewards hub, okay? Remember, that is another way to support the channel, of course, but you get the best bonus available. Bybit, my number one crypto platform for cryptos, okay? For trading crypto. Let's move on, guys. Let's take a look at another one. How to use risk management. Well, risk management is basically not risking more than 3% of your trading capital. Most of the people risk 10, 20, 50%. This is normal. This is why people get wrecked. People get burnt in their account because they don't have good risk management. You want to risk a small amount of your capital. You want to look for trades that have the possibility in giving you at least a 1.5 to 1 risk to reward, where I'm risking 1 and I want at least 1.5 from that trade, right? The theory is simple. You know, and the whole thing about trading is you look for shorting at resistance levels. You look to take profit at support levels. You look to long at support levels and take profit at resistance levels. This is basically what you do in trading. It's you know, the theory is simple. The risk management is simple. Executing this is the most complicated thing, because people don't like to follow instructions. And trading is following instructions every single time. Trading is boring. Trading doesn't need to be exciting. It's following instructions every single time. And it's boring. So, yeah. Andy, curious your thoughts on Solana if you get a chance. Ascending wedge at resistance. Let's take a look at Solana right away here for Father Time. Absolutely, my man. Let's take a look at Solana in just 1 second here. Bitcoin has been mentioned, basically. Remember, you know, Bitcoin, you know, I've gone through the theory why I think it's unlikely, right? You know, I would be looking for something in the next coming weeks, guys. This is not going to be easy. This is more of a swing trade. So you could pop up here above 22,900, even hitting, you know, 23.1. You know, there is a possibility. There is a possibility in that happening. Because once you hit a level, guys, you don't hit a level to perfection and then get that rejection, right? Look at this range. Look at this range, for example. Or look at this range. You know, the thing is, you hit it, you go below, you hit it again, you almost hit it again, then you have the movement, right? So what I want to explain here is the possibility, you know, of this happening, right? This zone is also possible, right? But this is only confirming that you are getting a reaction. You are getting a reaction as soon as you get that choppy price action. Double top, triple top, 2, 3 swing failures. That is just a confirmation that it's getting exhausted. And this is why you want to have relatively tightish stop loss. Accept the stop loss. Once you get into that successful trade, you will be making those gains. Because you know what? There's a lot of people that will, you know, probably jump into trade here. And what they want to do is have their liquidation price here or much lower maybe, and add up to their position. The price is pumping and you're saying this cannot be. This is a resistance zone. It's such a strong resistance level that I cannot believe the price is pumping in more and pumping more. I'm going to add to my short position. This has got to reverse at some point. And I just want to let you know, guys, if we do hit this lower high over here, which is at 23,400, if that level were to be hit in the next couple of days, we are very, very, very likely going to get to this high. The people that are adding short into their short position, they got their liquidation price, adding to their short, getting liquidation price higher, selling some of their holdings on their portfolio to add up to their miserable shorting position. And do not accept a tight stop loss. These are the people that get wrecked at the end of, you know, of the day, of the week, of the month, or, you know, at the end. These are the people that get wrecked, guys. You do not want to be one of those guys that get wrecked. People just I will show some messages on the next live stream, guys, like I did a few weeks back when we were seeing, you know, people getting wrecked on Aptos with Aptos trade. And it was simple on the Aptos trade, guys. I'll take a look at Solana right away, Father Time. Just want to go through this in 1 second, because the strategy on Aptos was waiting for that double top, waiting for a exhaustion moment. We were only creating bull flags, and there were people already shorting at $10 into the pump with a huge amount of leverage. They got absolutely wrecked. And the level where I shorted on Aptos was right there. No shorts taken here. No, not here, not here, not here, not here, not here. Not here and not here. We had a confirmed double top. We retraced to the 618 after the double top. Stop loss above the highs. You know, hey, I will accept that stop loss. You had a confirmed lower low in the structure right there. Okay, just to keep it educational, just to people, I need to bash, you know, the people to be really responsible with their trading, you know, decisions at the end of the day. So we had a confirmed lower low right there and a confirmed double top for swing failure. The probability in a lower high there was just very high. So anyway, going to Solana, let's take a look at Solana here for Father Time. Solana is on the verge of creating this double bottom Adam and Eve. Let's go through this right away. Andy, do you consider Bitcoin dominance in your TA? Hey, it's a long time since I haven't taken a look at Bitcoin dominance. First of all, let's take a look at, I did used to in the bull run, but not much now. Not much. We can take a look at the Bitcoin dominance. I haven't taken much attention on the Bitcoin dominance. Let's take a look at the Solana price here for Father Time. No doubt that this 26 range massive resistance. I mean, you could arguably discuss, this was hitting a massive lower high resistance trend line from 2022. This is looking at the 4-hourly chart, right? As you can see right there, big resistance zone right there from this descending channel from the high to this low over here. It was almost hitting the 618 right there. So big resistance zone. We had an excellent call here just a few days ago on Solana at this level. It was a quick reaction, okay? It was a quick rejection. It didn't consolidate much at this level. But the trading call here a few days ago, when on the live stream we were trading at this level, was basically, hey guys, this is a rejection point, and we are likely to come down and test the lows, right? Testing the lows or testing the highs is always our target, right? Or even the 618, because there's some times that you probably won't test a high and you will end up at the 618. Get out of that trade once you hit the 618 and protect position. So obviously, a take profit zone would have been around about this $20.60 already, basically hitting that 618 from the drop, because you could create a higher low and get a reaction at the 618. We did test the lows in this case. Happy days. Double bottom at this moment. It's created a double bottom. What could I expect here from Solana? If it does break out from this zone, guys, and this could be an excellent trade scenario if we were to get a breakout. And we could do this, guys. What we could do is take a look at the Bitcoin dominance right away. Wow, it's been a long time since I've checked out Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is getting is in a bit of an uptrend here for the last few months. Obviously, if it does continue up, and price of Bitcoin does go down, if the Bitcoin dominance goes up and Bitcoin goes up as well, altcoins will pump. The problem is, if the Bitcoin dominance goes up and Bitcoin goes down, that is the moment that the altcoins could get a big massive hit, right? But not much to add on this. We're in a massive big large sideways range from 49% and 39%, right? We're in a 10% range here on the Bitcoin dominance. Not much to say on this chart. Taking a look at back to Solana, where is the biggest opportunity here on Solana? And I'm going to tell you right away, this could be a really nice day trade. And I think a lot of people will understand what is the next scenario here on Solana. Wow, well, this is definitely not going to help. This is definitely not going to help. Point of control is at $23.30. Now, yeah, it's going to be interesting because it's a rejection point right there. Pivot high to the pivot low. It's exactly at 50% Fibonacci from the pivot high of January to the pivot low of February. It's at the point of control. It could be a miserable fake out. However, how can I take an opportunity here? If I know that point of control from this range is going to get rejection, and pay attention here, guys, because this is where you can get into the opportunity. I just want to check out here. Yeah, basically that point of control is the level where we could get that massive rejection. So this is what is going to happen. If we do break out here successfully with a relatively nice amount of volume, we do get a nice spike in volume on this breakout of 2250. 2250, very much respected level as support and resistance. We called this level on the live stream just a few days ago to come and test the lows. This was mentioned on that live stream on the 12th of February at the end of the stream. It happened very nicely. So if we were to get that breakout, guys, Father Time, with a relatively nice spike in volume, close a nice 1 hourly candle above this level, Let me just mark this horizontal line right over here as the that point of control. What I would be looking for here is not trading the short at this point of control, 50% fib level from the pivot high to the low. What I would be waiting here is for a rejection to come down and test the 22.50 range. You have a solid move up, solid move down. What we need to remember is on the lower time frames, we are still in a relatively nice uptrend. And you don't want to fight the uptrend here on the lower time frames, right? Especially if you're breaking resistance zones. Now, if you do get that breakout here, which is possibly going to happen, and you come down and you haven't retested this high yet, you are likely going to retest it again for a swing failure or for a breakout high. And this is your trading opportunity right over here. Right? So you're breaking a resistance zone, right? You could get that volatility. Be patient. Wait for the rejection. If it doesn't happen and continues up, well, anyway, you had a trading plan. That trading plan didn't work out. Look for the next trading plan. We do not want to rush into any kind of trade. We want to be very disciplined. So if you do get that solid breakout from this confirmed support and resistance level, you are trading to the upside. You will, till you get exhausted. Did you know 80% of the times, 90% I would say, when you are trending up or trending down, 90% of the times you test the highs. 90% in a downtrend of the times you test the lows. You test the lows always, right? So this is why if you do get this solid breakout from this range, it is unlikely, okay? We're looking for a scalp day trade scenario, right? If you do get that massive pump here and, you get that corrective move, this is unlikely to do this, and it's more likely to at least test the high once, right? So you're looking for that nice little move, basically. That is what I would be looking here for Solana. I would be waiting patiently, okay? Because you could get that 3-4% move with a little bit of leverage, of course, and get into that beautiful trade. So that's what I would be looking at. I can see someone in the comment section. I got Buddy here giving me a super chat. Thank you very much, my man, for the super chat, Buddy. Let's take a look. We've got DXY dumping, someone saying here. DXY, let's take a look at the DXY right away. Is it dumping from that range? Yeah, it's not dumping really. Hey, who's saying DXY is dumping? I mean, this is a pump. This is a dump. It's still consolidating, basically. This is not a dump. It's just it's trending up, consolidating. We could get a large correction. Right. Am I in time for Chainlink, says Mark Dutch. Who wants to take a look at Chainlink? Yeah. Can you look at Flux? It just did a 2x and it looks like it's still going. Let's take a look at Flux. Let's take a look at Flux right away. Why not? Question is, can Flux be traded on Bybit? No, it cannot. Probably can be traded on Binance. Let's take a look at Flux here right away. Oh, we did take a look at... oh, no, sorry. This is not Flux. Let's take a look at Flux right away. It's having some pretty nice price action. Yeah, this is likely going to get a bounce from this level and test the highs. Just pumped very aggressively. the last couple of hours, it does look like that some altcoins are lagging behind Bitcoin, creating these kind of double bottom scenarios, right? So it's broken out the neckline right now. I'm not sure if you cannot trade on this on Bybit, unfortunately. Probably trade it on Binance. But overall, yeah, looking for that quick bounce right now from this level to test the highs. It is just testing the neckline. Massive breakout with volume. There you have it. You got a nice trade there of 3.8%. Yeah, not much to add on this. It's pretty obvious for me. Clear breakout, clear high volume, coming down to test that neckline. You are likely going to get that test of the highs at 89 cent range in the next coming minutes potentially. So yeah, not much to add on this one. Now, of course, it's just next scenario is to see how are the highs going to be tested, or you know, the 618. Is it going to fail to go higher, or is it going to go higher? You know, this is the thing. For the moment, it's broken out successfully highs, or the 618 for a lower high is likely to be created here on Flux. So yeah. Andy, ES looks exhausted, says Naveen. ES looks exhausted. It's in a sideways range. I mean, you guys know the theory of the ES here for me. I think it could have a little bit of more steam in the next coming days. Of course, this is just going to help Bitcoin to get that pumpy action if it were to happen. But overall, this is a very much interesting zone here. I am looking to short the stock market in this zone. I mean, I've explained this theory. It's the most likely scenario. People are going to get excited, get bullish. So I am short-term bullish still on the S&P, but looking for that mid-term bearish, basically, right, where we're having these waves right there. And we are just about to finish the C corrective wave, guys. What happens here is we broke from low high resistance. This means it's bullish. Get people bullish. Get people more bullish as we get that momentum and get near to 4,300 points on the ES. And that is the range that I would be looking to put a relatively nice short on Prime XBT, basically. I will be trying to use Prime XBT to short the S&P for a swing trade, right? It's going to be my, that I'm looking for that swing trade scenario on the S&P 500. For the moment, exhausted. It bounced from the monthly level here that we have. It didn't. It's technically still in an uptrend, basically, as well. It's still trending up. There's no, we got a failed, this was a relatively nice short position. I think this was very much explained, right? The reason why, guys, pay attention here, is the highs were claimed. It wasn't a failed breakout. It was a failed auction. You basically get acceptance back below the highs of December. And I'm going to explain why this is basically this is not bearish, okay, in just 1 second. Let's just go through this scenario right over here. Breakout of the high, massive, fake out, failed auction right there. You come up to test the 618. This is failed breakout. This is the moment you wanted to get into that short, at least to test the highs, right? So from the high to the low, you're hitting that 618. You slightly hit the 780 here with a wick. Beautiful level to test the lows. That's basically it. Failed breakout, bang bang, 618 come down. Stop loss, you have a stop loss above the high. Accept a loss if you're wrong. Have an invalidation point. Reason why, and this actually formed, no, it's not a Gartley pattern, but it should have come slightly a bit lower. Almost formed a Gartley pattern right there. you could technically say it did with this pivot low going to the 1 hourly. Right there. But the reason why this is still not bearish is you are still trending up. You are still trending in higher lows. You haven't broken structure here. The main reason why you haven't broken structure, because the last higher high is this one. And the last lower high is this one right over here. So even though price action would have got below this trend line, you know, it's still bullish. It's still creating bullish structure. This is not the last higher low. This is definitely not the last higher low, as this is a lower low. It's not a higher high. So even though you do create this price action, you still, you know, the last higher low is this one right over here. So this, you know, it does still very much have a potential more bullish momentum, especially, yeah, it does still have more bullish momentum. Not going to lie, we could be testing the highs here in the next coming 1 to 2 weeks. Obviously, if we do get that bullish momentum on the stock market, it's going to help Bitcoin to have more pumpy action, right? So we need to stay cautious, basically. Have very good risk management. You know, no doubt we're at a resistance zone here. We need to have, you know, it's not a long in level for me, of course. You know, I could not long this, you know, I could not long Bitcoin at this range. Even though it can break here, the resistance zone, and go higher. It's not a long in level for me. You know, after this massive pump. Hitting a resistance zone. So yeah, not much I could add on Bitcoin here. We're just about to hit the highs here. It's pumping right now at this moment. Let's see how probably going to get stopped out of this one. What I'm going to do is accept the stop loss and wait for the reaction. You know, if it does this, then it does that. It is what it is. If it hits the highs here and gets a consolidation, I would be looking to enter a relatively nice, you know, good risk to reward trade, right? Stop loss above the high. Wait for the reaction, of course. We've had a reaction here. If it does claim the high and gets beneath the low again, then I would be looking for that next trade scenario, guys. Because like I said, and this was mentioned here on, where was it mentioned? Yeah, mentioned this, you know, before we got this drop, basically. There will be a moment once the highs are claimed, where you are going to get that massive drop, right? So once you get that, you know, once you get stopped out from these trading scenarios and you do have a large consolidation, right? So basically, this is what we get. You entering into these short positions right there. Once you claim the highs, you get into this, another short right there, just to say that you get stopped out. You know, at some point, once these wicks stop you out to the upside right there, to the upside right over here, you will, you know, there will be a moment that you will get into that successful trade that is going to pay off your stop losses, right? So if you take your losses relatively small above a good entry point, you know, there will be a moment that you will get paid off. So right now we can see that movement to the upside on Bitcoin. Let's see. This is not the moment to decide. Like I said, it's not the moment to decide, because this could continue to the upside like this in the next coming hours. You know, let's see how much pressure the bulls have. The bulls need to absolutely explode in, you know, above this resistance zone. You know, they're just wicking above. We can see the reaction. The bulls now need to break out successfully here from this zone in the next coming hours. Because if not, it's just going to be test, 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 and then fail miserably, right? What I do see here, the more tests it does get, the weaker it's going to get. Especially if it is creating failed breakouts. So this is something that we just have to go and wait and see, guys. Overall, this would be my invalidation point. Of course, this is not a stop loss. My stop loss is not going to be here. It's obviously a big stop loss. There's no way I would put a stop loss like this. I always put stop losses above the wick from a potential short. So we can see that movement up right now. Yeah, let's see if it does get exhausted, guys. This is what I'm going to be waiting for here before I go to bed today, before I go to sleep, to see if, you know, if we are going to get a reaction here. Are we going to get acceptance below this wick over here? I'm just going to be waiting patiently, guys, as this is not a level here for me to do anything. This, for me, is not a level to long, as I do not know if it's going to get a swing failure or a failed breakout. That's number one. I'm not long in this level. I am not shorting here this exact level. I'm looking for shorts, but I'm not shorting here. I'm waiting for acceptance here beneath this range, okay? Waiting for acceptance beneath this level. So this kind of sideways action. This is what I'm waiting for. If this doesn't happen, this kind of price action, I will not be looking for any shorts with good risk management. So, yeah, this is just basically what I'm waiting for right now. So, yeah. So, stop loss, yeah. We have a camel here from Mark Dutch. Pamela Anderson. Right. Stop loss at a break even, says Aditya. Hey, good on you. Think Quant is a decent leg up coming. Thank you for all you do, Andy. Think Quant has a decent leg up. Let's take a look at this. I mean, I'm looking at Bitcoin to see, is there going to be enough power here to get above this massive zone, guys? It's going to be exciting to see for me here in the next coming hours. You know, I've still got a few hours left till I go to sleep. So what I want to do is see that exhaustion. See that exhaustion here for that potential trade. For the moment, it's just about testing the highs. It's just tested the highs. So right now, you know, this is what happens. You do not know if there's going to be a massive power. You just accept the loss. You know, it's a failed breakout. It's hitting resistance. Accept the loss. There will be time likely to get into a trade scenario. So yeah, let's take a look at Quant right away. Someone's saying here, Quant ready for a massive breakout. Right. Let's take a look. At Quant, I think it's Quant USD. Yeah, Quant has a decent leg up coming. Has Quant have a decent leg coming? Let's take a look at Quant. And is that QNT or is it? Because I mean, there's a few Quants here. Quant is QNT. So let's take a look at QNT right away here. And take a look at the possible leg up on Quant. Got a bit of all drawing here. Broke the structure from Elliott wave theory. Right, let's get these trend lines out of the way. Old analysis and just do a fresh analysis here on Quant. This must have been looked at a long time ago. So looking for a leg up on Quant. It does look like it, and I'm gonna go through that in just 1 second. It's, yeah, for me, it's, yeah, it does look like it. The one of the main reasons, well, it's already having the leg up, basically. You know, you already kind of missed a really great trading opportunity right there. You had the successful breakout here from this double bottom scenario, neckline getting the perfect touch here as support on quant and getting the bounce. So yeah, I mean, the real trade with good risk to reward is right over here. Of course, you are aiming for the highs, or at least the 618. And I'm going to say, you know, you are basically almost hitting the 618 right now. So, you know, that would be your take profit zone, basically, from this long. So can it test the highs? You know, I'm going to say absolutely yes, it can. But you basically missed the trade there. Looking at, you know, the trade was a couple of days ago. If we go to the 4 hourly, any scalp scenarios, you know, basically breaking out here from lower high structure. You're testing this lower high over here, basically right now, right? I mean, look how technical this can get, guys. I would be relatively quick with these trade scenarios, guys. Look how technical this is. So you got the lower high trend line here, finally breaking. Look at this breakout right over here, and this was just this morning, guys. You know, you got insane trading opportunities right there. This is a confirmed breakout of the structure, basically, because you have lower high, lower low, lower high, and lower low. You break out the last lower high right there, not the trend line. You want to break out the structure, not the trend line. There's no trade to be taken here. You finally get that breakout, guys. Look at that beautiful bounce. This is looking at the 1 hourly. This was this morning. You know, you basically got that. It could not be more technical than this. Bang, bang, beautiful bounce. And you got, you know, that quant had a really nice move. That's a 3% move. Using a bit of leverage, yeah, you got some gains there to be made. Right now, it's hitting the another lower high level. So it's getting a reaction. It could potentially reject. For me, there's no trade to be taken. This is a rejection point. I wouldn't long here because it's already tested it. If it broke down this level, then this would be a resistance zone. This is taking a look at the $137, right? Reason why I wouldn't long this level, because it's already been tested once. If you test it again, you could break it. If it is broken, I would be looking for the short rejection, just like it did here, right? Bang, 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 bang. You break up, bounce as support to test the highs, or almost test the highs. So what, you know, the next scenario here would be actually breaking the highs finally after this reaction. Bang, then you're looking for this scenario. You're in and you're out. Looking for those day trade scenarios if you want. So yeah, not much to add. That would be what I'm looking for here for quant. And yeah, guys, what is DXY doing? Is it continuing? Is it dropping right now? Still in the range. Not much to be added, guys. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to get a reaction. If it does continue pumping from this range, then I'll let it go and see, you know, where are the highs. For me, it's not a long in level. As you know, it's a big resistance here looking at the higher time frames. I want to wait and see how are we going to react here in the next coming hours. Because it could just continue pumping and come here to this level over here. This is the ultimate invalidation point. As soon as this level, 23,400, is claimed, yeah, it's very likely that we're going to hit this high basically at 24.2, 24.3. You know, likely to be hit and potentially broken. So this is what we're looking for here. I'll be waiting patiently to see what kind of reaction we do have to get into a short. If there's no reaction and we don't come back below this range, no short will be taken. I need to see the acceptance back below this level to take a shorting scenario. Shorting scenario would be all the way down at least to the 22.4, 22.3, which is the highs here created yesterday. That would be a take profit and a protect position range. Only if we do get that acceptance down below, guys. You know, we need to accept that this is what I'm waiting for. For the moment, we're above the highs. This is not an interesting short level for me. This could continue up. So this is going to be it, guys. Thank you very much for joining the live stream. Make sure to smash up the like button if you enjoyed this educational content. And I will see you guys tomorrow.